Welcome back, everybody. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Aaron.
This is our show, Crypto Cosm, where I talk about how astrology affects the crypto market.
I bring you more of that worldly crypto news. But first, let's take a look at the progress and where we've been. Now, we were coming from the last eclipse. Fill me in here. That was on the 27th. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had the lunar eclipse, and that was bringing us into this downward slope. And that's exactly. I think everybody's feeling it a little bit right now. Those altcoins, I mean, they're
the sea of red.
The bloodbath. It's funny, nobody's talking about the bloodbath lately. Mm-mm. Nobody's kicking back anymore lately and talking about buying the dip. Nope. Well, we bought the dip, and then it went down another 50%, and we bought the dip again, and then it went down again, and everybody's out here thinking about selling their kidneys so they can buy more altcoins. Yes, it happened. I saw it on a post. It's got to be true. It was on the internet.
Absolutely. I saw that one too.
I mean, nobody really has a whole lot to put left into these dips, and now we're dipping back down again for the fourth time.
I don't even know fourth, but definitely down again. More than fourth, but definitely down again.
Yeah, we're swinging in that direction. We're still consolidating.
Well, and I think too, if you've been following us, we've been talking about how the eclipses are going to bring us up and down, and we're on track. For those who haven't, share this with them. Anyway, they're probably like, man, we're just going back up. I thought it was good again. We talked about this as well. Like that first eclipse kind of shines a little bit of light on things, comes up. Venus had a really positive aspect in Virgo to Saturn. Up there in Capricorn. Saturn. Right. No, but this was good. This was a positive aspect. And we saw the signs coming back up, money coming back up, and then this next eclipse, and then the Mercury retrograde, and we have Mars retrograding still, which is still going on, which is happening in the technology, and it's like all of these things are happening. We're perfectly on track. Like we're perfectly on track. And then tomorrow, well, today is the 3rd, it is Friday. So whenever this comes out, Saturday the 4th, we begin to have this Saturn square Venus. Venus square Saturn.
Venus square Saturn.
Begins.
Saturn.
Strict, stern, stubborn, test. We're going to test the limits. All right? So we're going to test the limits of Venus. Venus is our money planet, right? And this is particularly interesting as this has happened once earlier this year over in the sign of Aries. And then it was the first time it's squared, okay? And when we'd seen Venus square Saturn, we dipped. When we had seen Mercury over there in Aries, we dipped. When we had seen the Sun square Saturn in Aries, we dipped. Then they move along. Now, hold on. Let's stop. Let's put in perspective of where everything is. Saturn's up here at noon. Cancer's down here at 6. Over here at this is
9 if you're looking at it.
This would be your 9. Would be Aries, and then Libra. Switch that for you're looking at it. Aries, Libra, yes. So Aries, Libra, all right?
So it's forming that square.
So these forming this square, northeast, southwest, whatever. These are the cardinal signs, the cardinal hinge. All right, so now we're seeing Venus come to its second home sign of Libra. It rules Taurus and Libra. Taurus is about me and mine, okay? If I need to survive in this world, I have to make sure I have enough. I care about you, but survival of the fittest is real in the animal kingdom, and it is real in the human kingdom. But we have, we're frontal lobes and cognitive, and we can be like, no, I want to share. I'm going to eat my last piece of bread with you. We'll starve together. Whatever, we can find a way. Thanks for this being human. So this is Venus in the second home of Libra, which is about others. So it's like that balance of what's yours, what's mine, what's ours. There can be a bit of indecisiveness when it comes to things in Libra because the grass, you can really see the grass is green on both sides. If anyone's a Libra, it's almost like being born on a full moon. A full moon, you kind of see the grass green on both sides. You see the shadow. Which people don't always see. So if you're a Libra, you can kind of see that. You see both sides of things and can be a bit indecisive, but driven at the same time, which is an interesting quality. But So when we're talking about Venus, our money planet of indecisiveness, okay, and it's also going to form an interesting aspect to Mars up there, which is retrograde in technology, moving backward. Like, I've got to review this stuff. What the heck is going on? And then Venus money planet with other people, it's like, well, yeah, this is a harmonious aspect. Okay, that's a positive trine. Okay, so exactly what it is. You know, the air signs would be in triangle, all the fire signs triangle. When it's a square, like we're talking about, that's, you know, the opposite of elements. So the positive sign, trine, air, but it's still getting hit with Saturn, which is like, no, we're going to put this to the test. We're going to figure this stuff out. So that being said, that's exact on the 9th. Okay, so we're going to feel it from Saturday, if already not right now on Friday night. Okay, Saturday we start to really feel it, and then Thursday it is exact. So Wednesday the 8th, the 9th, Thursday, we're looking honestly like that's going to be like the kind of days. And then we have Saturday, we have the eclipse, which should turn things around as Venus starts to make its way away from Saturn and starts it again this away from the square of Saturn, and it's going to start making a square to Pluto up there in Capricorn, okay, which is more about transformation. So now we've tested the limits of what our money planet can do in the sign of others, in the sign of balancing, while that's creating that formidable aspect to Mars and Technology Center. Let's review and rework out this technology and this money, and it's like we are perfectly on track. And then so what's going to happen on Sunday, again, that eclipse, and it's kind of like, okay, this new beginning happening, and then we have a week left of a retrograde for Mercury in Leo, and then we're kind of like free on the 19th. We're kind of like, okay, I don't know what happened, that was weird, but I think it was good.
I'm back now.
I'm back, and money's moving. So, because again, Mercury is while that's a retrograde, that's our money planet, or not our money planet, but our trading of goods. So as that's moving back through Leo, and Leo is like a creative self-expression. You know, it's very myself, egocentric kind of stuff of like, I like, you know, this private coin better than this private coin, and there's nothing you can tell me because I'm putting all my chickens in that basket or whatever it is. That's kind of like Leo, why I like this over this, over this, over this. And it's like, well, having Mercury retrograde in this is a good time to really review that kind of stuff of why do I favor, you know, Verge over Monero, or why do I favor Monero over Verge, or was I hoping on this because it was cheaper, but maybe this is this, and then now we start, you know, we can be a little bit analytical.
Well, that's been a big thing on my mind lately too, is because we have these coins coming out and changing so fast, buying other companies. Now we're seeing these mergers with these incentives built in to what's going to make their product better than another one. And it's like, if you blink, you miss so much. I mean, you're sitting here looking at 20 other things this way, and the 40 that you had just found out have changed by the time you get back here. And that's one of the things that I'm seeing is in a lot of my coins, it's been a reevaluation time. It's what do I want to move where? Get ready for the next bull run. It's like, we know we're consolidating. We know we're smoothing out here. Have I made the right decisions? Are my bets placed where I want?
Right. And why? This is a key component to the astrology right now, is why do you have what placed where? Why? Are you hoping to the Lamborghini? Are you hoping, is this the right, did I do the research? Is this the right thing? Or am I jumping in this pool because I'm seeing it's going up real quick, so I'm going to try it? And again, that's retrograde. This is very like, okay, we can just act fast, like you were just saying. Like, you looked over here, I'm setting my intentions. Today's the day, you know, the 4th, it's my day off. It's Saturday, or the 5th on Sunday, it's my day off. I'm going to set my intentions. I'm going to get into crypto, honey. Okay, Dale, good for you. You know, whatever it is. And it's like you're saying, I don't know which one to buy, and I'm going to look at this. Oh, but wait a minute, this one's going up. Click, 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 buy, buy. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom.
That's how they give us our money. That's the retrograde.
And
for
that's
you,
how
though.
you learn, you know? And that is a retrograde, and that is how we learn. But part of that is like, yeah, we didn't do the research necessary to know, why is this at this price? How long has it been there? When has it doubled up last? How is the cup formation going on? You know, there's so much to look at each individual coin, let alone the entire market in and of itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, it's interesting. We were just talking about this. The CEO from Binance. So he came out with an article basically stating about Ethereum and EOS just not being fast enough to really hold a major position moving forward in the future. And that's going to be something to look at. And this year alone, I mean, we have Zilliqa's testnet going out. So Zilliqa's introduced sharding, which increases faster transaction times. We'll just leave it at that. We could talk about how the sharding works. We've done that on previous episodes, but it's a much faster database. It's similar to what Ethereum is rolling out 2 years from now. And it's already going to be out. We have Tron. I mean, I think Tron's looking at like 50,000 some transactions, or 10,000, about to go to 50,000 transactions per second. And we have ADA, or Cardano, which is, they just got their testnet out and running. So they're going to be testing out the staking coins and how that's going to work with these wallets. And they're going to really be ramping up for their mainnet release and probably the next couple of months. So it's going to be interesting. We got these big dogs on the block now coming out, and there's going to be a lot to think about when it comes to, well, this coin has a very low limit of coins, so the price is going to rise rather quickly. And that's been a preferred thing for, I would think, the bulk of investors looking to make, I would say, faster money. So if Tron has 100 billion coins or 60 billion coins in circulation, and Bitcoin's only got 16 million, well, yes, those coins are going to be worth way more as you dump more money into all of them. So it's been preferred to have a lower number of circulating coins for investments and go, oh, well, that one's got 60 billion. I want to stay away. It's going to take way too long for that to rise in price. But the time in crypto changes so fast. And I mean, we saw Tron go up 30 cents. 30 cents, which was $30 billion.
Just 6 months ago. Is that even?
Not even 6 months. Oh yeah, a little over 6 months ago. But, and once we get these other waves of individuals coming, I think that's going to change. It's going to change.
Absolutely.
The market cap is not going to mean, or the coin cap is not going to mean as much in the next year, even 2 years down the road. Because when these waves get bigger, and as more currencies are bottoming out and they're turning to cryptocurrencies for an answer, like Venezuela and Dash. I mean, Dash is just running rampant all over Venezuela. This is where they turn.
Let's take a look at that. And that is something that's so very important right now, is when we're looking at who's tied into what. And that's another thing I think is like this reevaluation time with both Mercury and Mars being retrograde, and where they're retrograde right now is looking at that, like saying, okay, like you said, Dash is all over Venezuela. We have Cardano shaking hands a lot with Japan. And as far as like import-export goes, Japan and Germany with the United States is, I mean, yes, China is a huge import-export, but we're talking about a different kind of quality of goods. We're talking about high-end stuff. Germany and Japan, so it's like what those two are doing should be a very huge interest to what's going on here, and what we're spending our money on when we're looking at, again, this big community, this giant net of trading these goods. This is let me see, who is Germany partnering with right now? I know they've got.
In terms of crypto, the biggest things of crypto, I believe, in Germany that I have read about lately is a lot of the auto companies partnering up with blockchain companies, and it's a vast amount of Internet of Things happening in Germany.
Right.
And I'm talking.
So that's also another third
Volkswagen
generation.
and yep, absolutely.
So Cardano and IOTA, definitely third generation stuff. The good prices right now, but you're definitely going to be sitting on it for a hot minute.
But I think that switch, I think, is going to happen fast.
When it does,
It's going to be like night and day. I mean, we have these small coins. Like, I mean, we talk about just Ethereum alone in December. CryptoKitties took down the network. I'm cringing. You can't see it. But CryptoKitties, it's like the electronic form of, what is it, Tamagotchi, like the little keychains. Kid has like 20 of them on their backpack when they were younger. CryptoKitties took down Ethereum network. If that isn't a sure sign that the speed cannot keep up, I don't know what is. And we're going to be making tens of thousands of transactions faster per second.
Right.
With these other
we're
systems.
going to have every, fast food chain.
A little dramatic there. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but it's very accurate.
CryptoKitties.
Right. When something like that, which is in so many people's eyes, it's pet rock, which is a genius marketing scheme, but at the same time, in like the grand scheme of like what you're bringing to the world, you brought a smile on someone's face, which is awesome. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
CryptoKitties, yeah.
But I mean, we're going to see a lot of this, and I think that change is going to happen within a wave. It's going to be overturned quickly, so it's going to be something that you guys want to think about in terms of investing and being able to take a look at those possibilities that we know are built for the 3 to 5 year run. Being able to hedge some bets, getting in while they're, I mean, what Cardano was only 2 cents 6, 7, 8 months ago. And right now it's at 13. I mean, I'm sitting here going, like I got an itch I need to scratch.
And when we reviewed it, not reviewed, but when we talked about it highly in the show, I think it was 34 cents.
So, I mean, a lot of these coins, once that switch happens, I mean, we're already going to be up probably in the $3 to $5 range, and some of them we've seen close to that. I think we've seen Ripple in the 3s. We've seen IOTA in the 5 to 6.
5 to 6.
5 to 6.
Yeah.
Cardano in the mid 150s. So being able to get the mad multipliers.
Right, you're looking at 10 times growth right there.
Ching!
I mean, you throw in $1,000, and that goes up to that again. You throw in $10,000. You've got it. That's the thing is like, when's the low? That's another interesting thing here is is this right now? Are we here? Are we floating around this low by the TA charts that we've seen, that we've shown from the astrology that we talk about? It looks like we're here. We're floating around the gravity of this. This is this cup, and it looks like there's a lot of good things. Even though I will say, again, yes, this square to Saturn is coming up. It's coming up at the best time with Venus. Then when it moves out, it's going to retrograde later on in the year at the same time that Mercury and the Sun are going to be squaring Saturn. So there's going to be another hit there, but that's going to happen after the really awesome aspects in about a month when Venus and Mercury are in Virgo. And they're making that awesome, trine to Uranus and to Saturn, all these earth signs. And it's just like we're talking about breakthroughs of money. We're talking about serious breakthroughs of money and exchange happening here in like September.
So let's talk about that. I'm glad you bring that.
September, October.
Where's the low? When is the low the lowest? Where's the low?
We're swimming in the Dead Sea right now.
So
look at the chart. That's where we're at.
And we're going to bring up the chart here in just a second. So let's talk about. It's interesting enough also that this I'm going to call it the Saturn squeeze. Hashtag Saturn squeeze. That's going to be my new coin term there. With that coupled with the next eclipse that's going to launch us, what hopefully will be following the trend in an upward motion. So let's show the chart right here. So at the very end, you can see the last arrow on the top half that's pointing downward. pointing to the next arrow where we haven't seen yet. So there is a circle here that's, I think like a light yellow, that's really targeting the point that we're looking at swinging upwards. Now we've already bounced down 3 times. So there's a saying in the marketplace going, the market is very good at giving second and third chances, but not so forgiving for the 4th and 5th. Okay, so what do we need to see here in order to feel good about this up and coming supposed bull run? Okay, so what we want to see, we want to see a higher low and a lower high. So we don't want to bounce back down to the 6,000 line. So back with the chart up here, you can see that there's 2 red support lines going through the screen. So the top line is the 6,800 mark. And that would probably be the best cause to be able to hit that 6,800 and then bounce and continue on upward. If we pass that support line, we're probably looking at 6,200 for the next best. What we don't really want to see is dumping down below 6,000
Right.
and creating a lower low once again at this point in time. So the numbers that I'm going to be looking at is 6,800. If we skip that one, unfortunately, we'll probably be looking at 200 or 6,200. And with Santa coming, it's going to be interesting. So, you know, I personally think we're going to see these things drop a little bit more, definitely. But hopefully we swing back up at the right time. I would love to see it hit 6,800, turn itself around, and then start breaking 3 after the 11th, after the 15th, and we get these last few things out of the way.
And the 19th, Mercury leaves the retrograde, or ends the retrograde. Okay, so it's gone backward, and then it's going to start moving forward again. It's like combing the desert. You know, we've gone one pass. We did this. We started again. Now we're going to go another sweep and move forward. We call that the shadow period. You know, so Mercury's going to start moving through its shadow period. It's like almost like you've dumped over all the pieces of the puzzle, right? And in this period, what we're doing is we're sifting through, turning them all over. And we're just seeing like, oh, what are we working with here? I don't know. What's it going to be?
Getting
a boat?
ready.
You know, it's
Getting ready.
Sweet image. So we're in that process right now, and then it's going to be like plug. Here we go. You know, September to October looks really awesome. September looks really great, and then we have November is going to be huge. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We'll keep you guys updated with what's going on more as we go along. Keep your eyes open. 6,800, 6,200. Fingers crossed. We're going to see how it goes.
We will.
We're going to see how it goes.
And we do not have a True Wisdom card of the day for you today, sadly, but we will have one the next time.
Absolutely.
We promise. And do us a favor, if you can, we thank you always so much for tuning in, for hanging out with us. We know your life is busy as heck, and to hang out with us for a little bit of time where we talk about astrology and cryptocurrency is always a treat.
Truly appreciate it.
We definitely try to get this stuff out there. We're not taking money on anything from our channel. Again, even the True Wisdom cards, it's just a friends thing, but there's no money from that we're taking. We're just wanting to put this information out there because it's cool stuff. So if you can, please share it. There's been a lot of the Facebook and whatnot stuff. They kind of just like deny. They're like, we're sick of you, Aarons, you know. But about through self-promotion, obviously, and we would love if you guys helped us out at all. We'll definitely throw some incentives back your way, chart readings, things like that. We'll throw some more offers out there for those things coming up. But we always appreciate your support. Thank you.
100%. And hitting that thumbs up button definitely helps us get our channel raised up there so we can get some more viewers and keep providing you guys some amazing materials and hopefully giving you guys more information to make quality decisions as you go along.
Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Because seriously,
100.
We got together and we talk about this stuff. He shares the information with me about everything he researches, and I share the information with Aaron about everything I research. And we say, this is cool stuff, dude. And then we end up having the same conversation with a bunch of other people, and we're like, we should just do this. So thank you for allowing us to do this with you and share it if you dig it. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for joining us here again on
Crypto Cosm.